gatherers were trying to look into. They wanted to know about gold and silver because they know the Federal Reserve's rigging it. I mean, I don't even think that's that big of a deal. They were trying to find out. I mean, just like you go and sit in Wall Street bars and hear Goldman Sachs people bragging about raping us 3 years ago and you warned everybody. I mean, what, the Russians can't go sit in bars and hear the banker crooks that have hijacked the country sit around talking about slitting our throats?
No, I think there's two pieces to this. The first is that, as I pointed out a second ago, I think there's general fatigue about the bearded man hijacking plane terror fear that's been overplayed, and they need to bring in a new cast. And the Russian femme fatale has worked in the past, and you're going to see a lot more of this.
Notice CFR member Angelina Jolie has this movie Salt coming out in a week, all about a gorgeous Russian sleeper agent. So, I mean, they're definitely been planning this rollout for a while.
Sure, you can't underestimate the influence of those major media companies and pushing, a huge global film releases, and they're all tied in on the banking system because they all share the same banker, and they all share a lot of the same information. But going forward, in terms of what the net result of all this recent brouhaha concerning Russian spies, the only piece of hard evidence that's come out, the only piece of hard information was that they had a real strong interest in what's happening in the gold market and the silver market. And, this corresponds with that story in the UK, in London, where the whistleblower on the London Bullion Market Association showed Gary Gensler at the CFTC how the silver futures market was being manipulated. And, of course, Gary Gensler, being an ex-Goldman Sachs guy, has done nothing with that information.
And that whistleblower accurately, months before, predicted what was going to happen in the market because he's working with these people and hearing them brag.
Right. Now we know that Russia has been aggressively accumulating gold. They're buying lots of gold. They're probably the most aggressive central bank in the world buying gold, and also they're buying Canadian dollars, which has some exposure to gold and precious metals. So there is a link between what's happening on the central bank side of things. They are accumulating for the first time in decades. They're net buyers of precious metals, and they're getting ready for, as you pointed out at the top of this segment, for a new global currency, whether it's going to be special drawing rights or some new concatenation of weighted currencies into a new global-type currency. This is, without a doubt, coming because it's the only way that they're going to be able to re-securitize and repackage these the U.S. has $14 trillion in debt right now. They're talking about expanding the debt ceiling to $20 trillion. They have to repackage all that and resell it to restart the clock. And the only way they can do that is to create a new global currency to replace the dollar. And by the way, the dollar and all these other currencies will be devalued. They will all be devalued against this new currency, against the only thing that they can devalue against, which will be gold.
And meanwhile, they are trying to start a new war so they can politically launch this new order and distract us with the war. I tell you, Max, this oil spill is getting more suspicious by the minute.
Well, I think it's suspicious in terms of what? How?
The way they blocked all these foreign governments from coming and helping, the way they gave orders to the well operators they knew would cause it to explode, the way they're pushing their carbon tax to remonetize their new system. Max, we'll talk to you come up in a few weeks with your once-a-month visit, maxkaiser.com. I appreciate all the time you spend with us and your great insight.
Hey, if anyone wants to send me a cookie, go to sugarplumcakeshop.com.
Always some strangeness from Max Kaiser. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
They helped to create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The New World Order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com, or watch it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about Cal-Ben 5-star soaps for years. This is an American-made product of the highest quality and compares to nothing you will find in stores. You can buy factory direct, shipped via UPS right to your door. Check them out on the web at 5starsoap.com or call 800-340-7091. Take my word for it. Once you've used pure soap, you won't buy anything else. Since 1947, Cal-Ben Soap Company has been showing consumers that soap can be tough on dirt and gentle on the environment. Buy American and stay clean, as well as support InfoWars. Visit 5starsoap.com today or call 1-800-340-7091. Well, Marty, what do you have to say?
As founder and owner for over 63 years, satisfaction is guaranteed or double your dirt back. Call us at 1-800-340-7091 for a free catalog or visit our website, 5starsoap.com. Thank you.
The question is, where should the American people draw their line in the sand?
What have we got? A republic or a monarchy?
A republic is based on a constitution which protects minority rights.
Not democracy, not mob rule, two wolves and a sheep voting on what's for dinner.
So they think they own our land, they think they own our water, children, our education, our money.
We have to define who we are and what we will tolerate.
Somebody's going to ask you what you did during the Patriot Uprising.
You are being warned.
We have the facts. We have the Constitution. We have the Bill of Rights. We have common law. Knowledge is power, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm so excited to be able to offer you Don't Tread on Me, Rise of the Republic. Tyranny is upon us, but liberty and the sleeping giant that is the American people is rising. A new tool in the info war. Don't Tread on Me. Order it at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139 and support independent, patriotic Liberty Films.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
The Wall Street Journal marveled 2 days ago, saying, this is the most unconventional spies we've ever seen. Good-looking women trying to get into Wall Street, people infiltrating Harvard, infiltrating social network sites. I mean, this was clearly a sleeper cell. Fake names, illegally here, married. They're spies, okay? Unless that's all a hoax. And we did see the FBI hoax about Hatari, and they've been ordered released, and then the feds tried to block that, and that got trumped again, and so that appeal got defeated. So it may be a hoax, but that redhead is supermodel beautiful, and they are here illegally, and they are spies. I mean, all the evidence shows that. But it's very interesting that you have spies infiltrating Wall Street. If you study what the British did 100 years ago, and the CFR around 80 years ago, 1924, was they infiltrated New York and the robber barons and had British wealth and their robber barons marry with our robber barons. And in the two-part history of the English-speaking peoples, which I've read, by the way, incredible, by Winston Churchill, he admits all this, okay? The British brag they took America back over. It's more of a merger. It's kind of like a marriage. In fact, that's how they describe it. So I wouldn't say take over. They moved in together again. Of course, Churchill was half American and the other half royal, with the Duke of Marlborough. Famous footage we've got of Churchill and his wife actually going to a meeting with the Queen wearing crowns. Because back in the old days, royalty would still wear their little sub-crowns to go meet with the Queen. But I'm going to talk to Bob Chapman because he was in U.S. intelligence, Army intelligence assigned to, well, we won't get into the agency, up against the Ruskies. And the media is saying this is a new type of spying. No, it's not. This is real spying. Okay? Most spying is economic espionage. And it just shows the Russians know what to infiltrate. The Congress is a rubber stamp, a bunch of whores that don't read 94% of the bills. The treason is corporate. Globalism is a corporate takeover. Okay? It's corporate espionage. So while we're afraid of the Ruskies, and they could be a threat, China's much bigger, 3,000 plus admitted front companies, totally infiltrating us. Our government sold us out and deindustrialized us. We're going to talk to Bob Chapman about that, but Max wanted to say some kind words about Bob and explain that cookie thing. Now I know he plugs a cookie shop down the street from him in Paris, and they get thousands of emails every time he plugs them, and then he gets a free cookie. Now, I tell you, that is some expensive cookie there. I mean, a plug on this show is probably worth about $1,000, and that's fine, Max, but if you want to spend your plugs that way without saying maxkaiser.com, then you can go ahead and plug the cookies. But I hope you're getting more than one cookie. Tell us about your favorite cookie place.
Yeah, the sugarplumcakeshop.com down the street from where I live. The new bakery in my neighborhood run by these three women, very, very attractive, cute, perky
so
women.
That's what's happening is you're actually hitting on the women right now.
Basically, yeah. So, I mean, you PayPal them, $5 at sugarplumcakeshop.com, and I'll be sure to get a cookie.
Okay, this is part of the brainiacs like to screw around with funny jokes, and I've noticed.